Hey guys, AJ Farisi back with another episode of Fiction Friday, and this week I finished Michael Koryta's Those Who Wish Me Dead. Now, this book is extremely intense. It's probably my new favorite novel, and I could read this book again and again and still get excited over and over. And it's about this kid, Jace Wilson, who is on the run. He's literally on the run from two killers named Jack and Patrick Blackwell, who he witnesses a crime while going out to play in a quarry. Now, since there's no spoilers, and this isn't exactly a spoiler since it's in the first chapter, so it's not ruining anything for later on in the novel, but he goes out to a quarry because he bets a friend that he can jump off the highest point. Now, he has a little bit of a fear of heights, so he's going to test, and he starts low, and then he jumps in, and he witnesses the murder eventually, and he hides, but then he goes into like a witness protection program where he ends up going to the mountains to this guy, Ethan Servant, and his wife, Allison, who run a survival camp. And what they do is they take in troubled children, anyone who's committed a crime, and they want to like rehabilitate the youth while they're going into like a juvie kind of program. But Ethan takes them out and would teach them survival skills that they would need being in the Air Force. So pretty much, he takes Jace out they try to protect Jace as best as possible, so this whole parental guardian aspect comes in, and Ethan takes him, I think 9 other kids with him, into the mountains and to keep him protected. There's no cell phone service, no pictures, nothing. So they go out, and throughout the novel, Jack and Patrick are trying to find Jace because he witnessed their murder, and they are ruthless assassins. And it's honestly one of the scariest points, because throughout the novel, when they came in, it was scary because you didn't know how they were going to react. Their tactics were brilliant, I have to say. Koryta leaves you on such a level of suspense with this novel because you don't know what they're thinking or what they're going to do. You know they're bad people. There is no doubt about it. You get it from their dialogue. His dialogue, I think, especially with Jack and Patrick, are extremely, extremely well written. You have this, you kind of know how they're going to react, but you don't know in which way. And I love that about that. I love the descriptions of survival. It's clearly very well researched. There are many resources that clearly had to go into this. In listening to a couple interviews and reading the acknowledgments, the inspiration actually came from going to the Beartooth Mountains in Wyoming and Montana, and I think that's really cool, going to location, and you get a sense that you can obviously go visit this area, but the whole description of the wildfires and the scenescape, it shows how nature has this balancing effect, that you have the beauty of it, where nature is gorgeous, it's peaceful, it's serene, but at the same time you have all these forest fires, which is another big topic in the book, forest fires and fire safety almost, and just how dangerous that can be, how dangerous the wilderness could be, because there are scenes later on where, especially with the forest fires, or any mention of fire, you have also another balancing effect with fire as well, how it's helpful and useful in the survival aspect, but then it could be deadly, because it's no spoiler, because on the front cover there is a forest fire. Does that give a little bit away? Possibly, but still, fire plays a big aspect, especially in survival and out in the wilderness. Going a little bit more into like the themes, as I said, parental and guardianship, that's a big theme that goes on, especially showing how Ethan takes these kids in kind of like they're his own, and he trains them and almost fathers them in a way, especially Jace, because he sees something in this kid, because this kid retains the information that he's teaching. And then Allison, how she's kind of that supportive wife and almost a mother, even though she doesn't follow him in. I love her character role as well. She's a very strong character and plays in very well with the whole parental aspect, because even when the kids come in, she has her own kind of guidance for them. Another theme is just being on the run. Or your past coming back for you, because Jace is on the run from these killers, and He's terrified for his life. He's trying to just survive. He's 14 years old. He does not want to die. And these people are out there with an intent to kill him. He knows how bad they are. He heard them, he saw what they did, and he is terrified of them. And then there's another character that comes in a little later on, again, not a spoiler, Hannah Faber, who is a fire watcher. She was once not a fireman, but she was part of a fire crew, and she's now in a fire watchtower who watches over to see the fires. But her past comes back to haunt her in other ways, which I won't go into. When you read the book, you'll definitely find out, and I think it's a major key factor to the rest of this novel, especially when she comes into play. She's another major character. Now, one thing I did love about this book is its whole description and how it's almost like a movie playing in your head. Now, throughout the whole novel, I was kind of picturing what it would be like for a movie, and I actually did have my own cast of characters. I have Martin Henderson from The Red Road, or now Grey's Anatomy, as Ethan Servant. I think he would play great, and I just somehow got his character. Lisa Cardellini, who was once Velma in the Scooby-Doo movies and Hawkeye's wife in The Age of Ultron, I think she would play a good role. For Jace Wilson, I had several characters in mind, but the kid from Gotham, I think his name is David Mazouz. I probably have his last name wrong, and I'm sorry for mispronouncing that. I think he would play really well. Natalie Zay from Justified, she would play as Jamie Bennett, the marshal who brings in Jace Wilson to Ethan and Allison. Now, for Hannah Faber, I had a couple choices. I have Chloe Bennet from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I think I finally landed on Jessica Stroup from The Following. I don't know why, it just fit in perfectly. Sam Underwood, also from The Following, who plays the twins in, I think, season 2, he would play great as Jack and Patrick. Now, one person, two characters. He did it before. I think he would play great there. That would be my overall main characters. There are some minor characters. You can audition for those if this was a movie. But this book imagery is perfect. I have I read it, and it's just, you had so much going on that you could see it all. You could see the mountains. You could see the stars. You could see the fire. You could feel the peace in the woods and the crisp air. It was a perfect novel to me. Since this is one of my favorite novels now, and there's so much description, so much going on, so much intensity, where there were just scenes where I was shaking, I give this a 5 stars. I don't really do that because I do see flaws in books and things that don't work, like the fear of heights was actually not mentioned later on. But I can kind of put that on the back burner and almost forget about it, because the rest of the novel clears that, doesn't even go back to it, but it's not something that sticks in your head. You forget it because once after chapter 1 is done, this book just rolls full steam into something really heavy and really intense, really powerful. My favorite novel, 5 stars on this. Those Who Wish Me Dead by Michael Koryta. Pick it up anywhere. I hope you guys enjoy it. I definitely recommend this book to everyone. Okay, so enjoy reading and have fun. Thank you, guys.